Hey guys, welcome to Home Sweet Homeschool. My name is Ashley and I'm a homeschooling mom to one. And today I'm going to show you our weekly checklist that I use for my son. I want to start with where I got this template from. You can find this weekly checklist printable at Homeschool 101 by Megan Phillips. I'll leave this up for a few minutes and then I'll include this at the end also if you want to go look. If you go to her blog, her Homeschool 101 blog or website, you can click on printables and you're going to find all kinds of printables to use. She has this weekly checklist, she has a year at a glance, she has a course of study, she has a school year calendar, weekly lesson plans, a ton of things for you to use for free. The one thing she does ask though is that if you change it and you post it somewhere, to please make sure you give credit to her because she is the person who came up with this checklist. We used it last year and I absolutely loved it. I wrote in mine last year, but this year I did something a little different. She also has a YouTube channel that shows how she uses it for her children. She spiral bounds them together and uses it for her kids. So you can also check out her YouTube channel, which is just called Megan Phillips. So this is where I found these checklists. I want to show you what they look like on her on Homeschool 101. So the first thing you're going to see is it's an Excel document, and when you open it there's tabs at the bottom and there's going to be a 4-day, a 5-day, and there's also 2 for the good and the beautiful because that's what her family uses. So this is what a blank one looks like, and you can go in and you can customize any of it. All of it is editable. So that's the 4-day. This is the 5-day, and here she does have the days of the week, whereas the other one she had numbers, but you can change that. And then these are the ones for the good and the beautiful. I'm not sure why my computer my printer cut this one off, but it does say language arts, and then she's got all the good and the beautiful stuff already listed out, and then some extra spaces for your other subjects. And as you can see, it doesn't have the boxes at the bottom like the other 2. And then this is the 5-day. So you're gonna find all of these on her website. So what I do is I just take the 5-day one because that's just what I wanted to use for my son. We do not homeschool on Mondays. We go to a co-op. So at his co-op, he is going to have 2 electives. He's also going to get his history and his science. But we don't have co-op the first week that we're starting school, but I wanted to go ahead and put it in. So what I did on mine is I did edit the top, and I took off the weekly checklist 4 because I only have one child, and I just made it the week of. And then I love how she has this little week at a glance, and that way I can put some things on there so that he knows what's coming up and he knows what to expect. So I went ahead and put that we did have co-op just so he would know our Mondays are going to be co-op days. I also made each of these color coded. It really helps him to see what he needs to focus on. And so if we're at home and he's working, I can say, you need to look at yellow. Today's Tuesday, so look at the yellow column. So like I said, you can go in. I changed all the fonts. These are just fonts that I downloaded from Teachers Pay Teachers. I also changed the colors of the cell itself and of the font. So I just input all of our subjects that we do. And then where you see the X's, those are things that we do not do that day. So if we're at co-op, we're not going to be doing our math or our language arts that day. We pick that up the rest of the week. So I just went in because we have math lessons for a live-in education and language lessons for a live-in education. It's really easy. It's open and go. So I can just put in the next lesson. And so that's what you'll see here. And eventually those boxes will start auto-filling and you'll only have to change a few things. And so our Tuesday looks a lot different from our Monday, but this just shows you what we're not doing. And Friday is our very light day. We don't do a ton of work on Fridays. We do just the basic stuff. So you can input all of your stuff in there, or you can handwrite it, whichever one's easier for you. That's what you do. Now at the bottom, I also I kept habits, and I just want to make sure that he is going outside a couple of times a day and that he's doing his independent reading. Those are the 2 habits I want him to keep up with. And then instead of the personal growth section that was right here, I just merged all of the cells, and you can do that there too. And I just deleted what was in there, and I just left him a little space where he could color, he can write, or he can leave it blank. It doesn't matter to me. It's just a little space for him. Another thing she has so that you can customize it is she leaves this part blank, and you can insert clip art. He is currently obsessed with a series of unfortunate events, and he loves the books, he loves the Netflix show. So all of his clip art for the whole month of August came from that show. I just found clip art on Google. So I made these for August. I didn't want to go too far because you never know if something's going to come up. I didn't want to go too far in advance. So I just made me a couple of pages, and it is going to start to look a little different. We don't start history yet until it's closer to our co-op. So most of it stays the same apart from the history. And then, of course, my looping, it changes as we rotate through. So that's just our electives that we loop. So like I said, you can put your own stuff in the computer, or you can handwrite it, whichever one that you want to do. And then I just keep it in this little folder here. I actually bought this folder at the Dollar Tree. They had these last year. I used them in my classroom, and they worked wonderfully when I taught school, and they do have them this year. They're a good plastic, real sturdy. They lasted all year with kindergartners, so I knew they'd make it with my son. What I like about them is they have this clear pocket on the front. I made this on Canva with the free clip art. And then what I'm going to do is just keep all of his weekly schedules right here. And so all he'll have to do is open this up, and he will have his schedule for that week. So he'll know exactly what he needs to do when he sits down to do his work. So again, you can find all of this at Homeschool 101, Megan Phillips. Check her out. She has some great resources. Check her out on YouTube. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. And also, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. Bye-bye.